What's going on, guys? And this is Jay Not Lion, and we're gonna bring down another recap video of today's gains. And as we break it down here, I'm still sick, but I'm feeling better. So we're gonna break down a few stocks here that I traded. I actually only traded 2 stocks today. The market was a little bit choppy, just one direction in a way. There's not a whole lot of volatility, at least the ones I traded now. I started trading AIHS in pre-market, so I started seeing this massive move up, right? Started seeing this massive move up right here. And if you can take a look at it, it was looking very strong, right? Now, this is where it got a little, I was waiting for the first pullback. Didn't have no pullbacks. I mean, this was a pullback, but it never touched the EMA. So I didn't consider that a pullback. Still consider it the first leg. So I was waiting for the first pullback, and then when it came down to here, I jumped in on the first candle, 96, and it started becoming green. So I was like, okay, just close red, and then the next one red, and I was like, God. And then this candle right here, I still didn't get stopped out, but yeah, I think I closed it out somewhere around here. So I broke out pretty close to what I closed it out pretty close to what I was what I bought it for. So I only had an $18 loss, which is nothing really. And it started selling off after open, and then it started climbing up. But as you can see right here, it's kind of just consolidated. And I went back to Apple since it had a lot of volume again. Of course it did. It had lots of volume. It's been having a lot of volume for the past. And I kind of messed up here because, I came out early. I mean, I stopped trading around, I would say, 11 again. So right around here I stopped. Clearly, still consolidated around that area, but I made my money already, so I was not, in the right direction today. I was kind of shorting too much, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I made my money, so I'm going to walk away. So I'll explain down exactly what I did. First trade I came in out of the gates, I think I went long, and I think that's where my whole mindset changed, because the first at the open I saw this nice little 2 candles right here, right? 2 green candles, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's bullish, right? And I thought that this candle right here was gonna hold and break through it. It didn't. So I think on this it flushed me out, and I somewhere around here on the VWAP, I think I caught my losses. They bull trapped me, and I was down like $300. So I took another trade here for the long side again. This is where I took the trade, and the reason I took this trade was because I started seeing this little bottom, small red candle, smaller, and I was already in it from here. I think from the lows of 107.75, and then boom, it just pops, right? So I sold it on that first pop. I didn't think it was going to hold, but sure it did. And I recovered all my loss, and I think I was up like $200 right there at that time. So, with the whole biased short to the short side, I was still, I was like, okay, it's going to come down. So I jumped in here somewhere on the short side, and I saw so much strength, man. I was like, it's just not working. So I ended up like taking profit somewhere right here. So I was up like $500, I think, at that time, because I really thought it was gonna bounce to the upside. I was like, it's just so much bulls. There's too much going on. So I think I was up like 500, and I started to I shorted here, and I was going down. It was going good for me, and then just rips through my face, man. And I had to call losses somewhere around here. So I was down. I was back to like $300. And I was like, oh God, this is just it's not working in my favor. That was just not working in my favor. All this up here, all this whole thing up here, I was up trying to short it because I thought we were to a top. We're to the pre-market high. And the past few days, it's been struggling to break the pre-market highs. So what I do, I get squeezed out again somewhere in here. So I think I was back to like break even at that point. I was like, God almighty. Oh boy. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. and myself. And well, I kind of took a breather, waited a little bit. I was not gonna short anymore. I was like, I'm not shorting this stock no more. I was like, nope, I'm done. I was like, I'm done shorting. It's not been profitable. So what I do, I take a long position here. Well, I wait for this candle to form, then the second one, and I was like, okay, so we're holding up pretty good. I jumped in here, somewhere around here. I've had my hard stop down here just in case. And on this trade alone here, man, I did really good on this trade. I mean, it just climbed through the roof. I mean, I think with 1,000 shares, I was up like I sold somewhere around here. I think I was like up $700 at that point. I was like, okay, because a reason I sold right there is because it was so close to that top, and I was like, it's probably gonna come down, and you know, I'm good. So I didn't really trade it at anymore. And I did take another short stab right here, somewhere around here when it broke out, because I was like, it's too overextended. It was oversold, so I was like, let's see what it does. And I think I jumped in a little too soon, but it kept squeezing up, so I was like, oh god. And then it just starts dumping, boom. So that put me up. I think I was like with 500 shares at that time. I was with smaller share size because you know, I closed the trade pretty early, somewhere around here. So I only made about see, that was maybe $100-$200 maybe. Nah, it was probably like 150. So that put me. I was like really close to 1,000, man. I was just like, it was. See this tight range right here. This is what really messes me up all the time. This tight choppiness right here. This is what's always got me like messed up when trading, because it's so. I mean, it's so unpredictable. See how many times it goes? It's just so much. This is super choppiness to me, and I can't trade something like that. So I think after I was up, like I was at 850, somewhere on there, and I stopped trading. I took one more short side stab here because it didn't break through it, and somewhere around here I collected. I took profits, and I think that put me up at 1,000 something, and 1,072. So I was just like, nah, man, I'm good. I was like, I'm just gonna keep giving my money back. So I was like, nah. And you know, it did break out. I mean, that would have been a nice trade. That would have been a whole percent. That would have been $1,000 if I would have traded with 1,000 shares. And it was a straight run too. Look, just a straight freaking bullet. Those are nice trades right there, man. But man, they don't happen every day. Well, they did happen over here again. Look, check this out. Broke the EMA, and then just start climbing. Never broke it again. Never broke to the downside until up here. But that's pretty obvious because it's already breaking the resistance, and if it doesn't hold it, you already know where it's coming down. And then it did it. Well, this one is more choppy. See, this is more choppiness right here. So if you have a tight stop, you're probably gonna get stopped out for sure. So yeah, I mean, came up positive on the day. I mean, we're up $1,054. Hey, I'm taking it. I see CBAT, you know, CBAT was just off the chain in the morning, but I never really traded it because the morning just a straight flush. So I mean, yeah, as of right now, profit $1,000. I mean, you know, yesterday was 4K, so for the week I'm in really good shape right now, really good shape. So pretty much that's the trades I did today. I mean, if you feel free to ask any questions down in the comments below, leave a like, subscribe, and you know, if you want to understand the strategy, basically just, you know, shoot me a comment and I'll explain what makes me take a position. Because I don't trade. I'm not the type of trader that trades like, I do trade patterns, but patterns is a thing that's already happening. And I trade mostly price action. Price action is how I determine where I'm going with where the trade's going. So what do I mean by that? I mean, I'll give you an example. I mean, in hindsight, you know, buy here, sell here, buy here. You know, you just draw your lines. You'll be like, oh, okay, well, you know, if you would have just bought there every time, you know, you would have made money. You would have made money, Jay, this whole time. If you could have just put your stop under that every time, yes, you are correct. But the market is not always going to work like that. I mean, this is a pretty solid uptrend channel. It broke eventually, but it's still up there, you know, it's still climbing. On the big scheme of things, it's a big uptrend. So I mean, the percent from there, if you would have cut it from the bottom all the way to the top, that's 3% on 1,000 shares. That's $3,000. But that's in hindsight. In hindsight, you can, you know, you have to start from the very beginning. Every candle makes those moves. I mean, what makes that pattern, and that's what I do. I trade it mostly. I look every time I'm trading, I'm looking at the level 2. This is what I'm looking at. Level 2 tells me where to go, where the direction is going, and how fast are bulls picking up the shares, or how fast they're shorting. And that's how you become a profitable trader, when you start learning how to read these levels right here. This and the time and sells, and the amount of shares that people are buying, how aggressive they're buying the dips, and that's what makes you pretty much a good trader. You have to look at, I mean, if you look at it in hindsight, yeah, it's pretty easy, but and there's nothing in hindsight. I mean, if you look at it right here from the, let's see, from this angle, right now we're consolidating at this bottom right here. It looks like we're having a double bottom. Potential for this to go up to 138. It's 25%. Do I believe it's gonna go back up there one day? Heck yeah. I mean, it's starting to curl up. It could do this. It could just climb up here, and then it's gonna start making a head and shoulders pound. That's what most people's logic is gonna start coming. Oh, okay, it's getting close to it, and then it starts grinding, making a higher highs, and then boom, back to the highs, and then you squeeze the shorts out. I mean, it's pretty simple, but you have to be patient. Don't follow others, just follow, you know, the trend. The trend right now is sideways. So I mean, if you want to jump in there and get chopped up, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get chopped up. But with that being said, just don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, and leave a like, guys. And we're gonna grow this channel. I mean, feel free to explain to you guys my strategy, how I make money, and hey, you know, maybe one day we'll be one of the top rank traders out there. You know, I mean, making 100K in a day, man. That's my goal one day. But until then, I'll see you guys.